All right. Well, good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen. It is auction time. My time shows 5:30, so we are going to get underway. Our pleasure to have attorney Pat Deibler here with us, and he's going to go over the terms and conditions of the auction tonight, and he will summarize those. And after he is done summarizing, we will briefly open it up for questions just to make sure nobody else has questions, and then we'll get right into the start of the sale. So again, on behalf of Beiler-Campbell Auction Services, thank you so much for all of you that are attending tonight. Again, if you have not gotten a booklet, please get one under the tent. You can review the information, and we will open it up briefly for questions after terms and conditions are read. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Attorney Pat.
All righty, good evening, everybody. My name is Patrick Deibler. I'm an attorney with Glick, Goodley, Deibler and Fanning in New Holland, and I represent the sellers. I'm also the attorney who prepared the terms and conditions of sale for today's sale. They are very standard terms and conditions of sale for this area, so I'm only going to give you a brief summary of the most important terms in the hopes that summary answers any potential questions that you have. If you do have questions, though, please ask your questions before the auctioneers start taking bids. The auctioneers are going to take bids, and at the end of bidding, the property is going to be placed in the hands of the high bidders for sale. This is a reserve auction, which means that until the seller lifts that reserve, she does reserve the right to reject any and all bids. But once that reserve is lifted by the sellers, this property will absolutely be placed in the hands of the high bidders for sale over the block tonight. If the high bidder is going to pay $50,000 today as a down payment, that is $50,000 will be paid directly to the seller tonight as a down payment on this property. Settlement on this property is on or before November 14th of this year. If the high bidder, you're going to get good and marketable title to this property, which means it's being sold to you free and clear of liens and encumbrances, but you are purchasing this property as is, in accordance with the disclosure statement that has been prepared by the sellers and posted immediately to my right here under the auction tent. If the high bidder is going to pay the 2% Pennsylvania royalty transfer tax at settlement, but with respect to the local taxes, they will be paid on a pro rata basis, which means quite simply that from the date of settlement back, the seller is going to pay the local taxes, and from the date of settlement forward, the purchaser is going to pay the local taxes. There are no zoning or financing contingencies on this property, but there's fire coverage on the buildings, and that coverage will be maintained until settlement. Now, for the high bidder today, and you do not close on this property by November 14th of this year, the sellers do reserve the right to do one of two things. First thing the sellers can do is to keep your $50,000 down payment as liquidated damages without putting this property up for a rebid. Second thing the sellers can do is put this property up for a rebid without necessarily giving notice to you of that future sale, keeping any eventual difference in today's sale price and the future sale price as actual damages. Again, that is only in the instance that you are the high bidder today and you do not close on this property by November 14th of this year, and you have not come to an arrangement with the sellers to postpone or otherwise extend that outside settlement date. Again, very standard terms and conditions of sale for this area. That was a brief summary of the most important terms in the hopes that that summary answers any potential questions that you have. If you do have questions, though, now's the time to ask, because otherwise, and after a couple of quick announcements, we're going to get started with the sale. All righty, gentlemen, I see no questions. Just very quickly, there is a very extensive list of furniture and items that are included with the transaction. That list was prepared earlier and is underneath the auction tent. So I would encourage you to take a quick look before you start bidding. But nevertheless, that is the list of all of the items that are going with the transaction today. Wilmer?
Thank you, Pat. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Very good. All right. We have a beautiful 1.28 acre property. Again, I'm going to announce the crew tonight. We have Harold Martin out there, and we have Noah Shuck over here. We have Jake Yoder and myself, Wilmer Martin, and Jake's going to do the bid calling tonight. And again, it's all about location, and we have that location. So, Jake.
Yep, ladies and gentlemen, what do you have tonight? You've got 1.28 acres. You got a beautiful home. You've got a beautiful shop. There's just so much to this property. When you look at location across Lancaster County, right here is one of the most hottest locations. And so you can do a lot when you buy a property. You can do a lot with the house or the buildings, but you cannot move it. And so one big advantage you have here tonight is you've got just an outstanding prime location, and it's got a beautiful home on it, the beautiful shop, and the little pavilion on the back. 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath, ranch style. You got a full finished out basement. You got a large kitchen with luxury painted kitchen cabinets, a dining room, spacious large living room, a full finished out basement. You got propane heat, central air. You got a large back porch providing amazing views. You got a 2-car attached garage, a large backyard with a pavilion, outdoor kitchen with appliances, the 2-story shop garage right to our left here. It's got dog kennel facilities, so if you're at all interested in maximizing cash flow there, that's pretty much ready to go. The 2nd story has a rec area. It's a prime place to do family reunions, whatever you like to do, or if the family just likes a place to get away that's a little bit private, play games, that type of stuff, gives you a great opportunity for that as well. Blacktop driveway. There's a 1,000-gallon underground LP tank. The home does have a backup generator. Several people would ask us if it's wired. It is modern. It is fully wired. Has a camera system. Has a surround sound pretty much throughout the house. I was told the late Leroy Esch, he really enjoyed listening to music, so he could pretty much listen to music in any room of the house the way he had it equipped. Laycock Township, Pequay Valley School District. You got on-site well and septic, and again, the location just a mile and a half outside of Intercourse. So whether you're here and you want, if you're out of state and you want a seasonal summer home, it's ideal for that. Or if you want a permanent residence, ideal for that. I believe this township, they also allow Airbnb. Is that right, Wilmer? Some in this township. So you got a lot of great opportunity with this property, just an awful lot here. I do want to go over the inclusions of the real estate because there's some contents inside the house that they're still going to take, but there's going to be a lot here that they're going to let. So in the living room, this is what's going to stay with the house. I'm going to quickly summarize this. The living room, there's a sofa, there's 2 recliners, rocking chair that's going to stay with the home. Kitchen, dining room, there's a trash can, 4 swivel chairs, a refrigerator, a gas range, microwave, a dishwasher, corner cupboard, and a glass bookcase. The 1 bedroom has a bedroom set, queen bed, dresser, nightstand, bookcase. Another bedroom's got a dresser in it that's going to stay here. Down in the basement, you got a table and a chair set. You have a king-size bed. You have a nightstand. You have a recliner in the bedroom, a recliner in the sitting room, a desk in the office, and a cedar chest in the office. In the back sun porch here on the main floor, the back sun porch, you've got an air conditioner, window unit, sound system, sofa, love seat, 2 end tables, rocking chair, pedestal fan, and a double glider. And then in the garage, metal shelving, table and closet, desk and a file cabinet are going to go with the property. The barn here to my left, the shop, up on top of the 2nd floor, there's a pool table, there's a ping pong table, there's a glider chair, there's a rocking chair, there's a table booth, a recliner, and then obviously down here on the bottom level is going to be dog kennels and dog houses and a dog pool. That's all going to stay with the property. You're getting all of that with the property. Out back in the backyard, the pavilion, you got a nice little pavilion there, concrete floor. There's a gas range, there's a microwave, then there's a refrigerator and about 7 stackable chairs. So that is all going to stay with the property. So when you're bidding on the property, all of those contents are going to come right with the property. So I think with that, we're about ready to go. Typically, the way we conduct our auctions, we'll open the bidding up for a few minutes, which we would call the preliminary round. We'll take an intermission. We talk to our sellers for a few minutes. We come back out. We do the final round. And at the end of that round, the auction is completed. It is being sold subject to seller confirmation today. So we do what the sellers tell us to do. With that, I think we're about ready to go. Wilmer, Harold, you got anything to mention? Noah? Okay, very quick on our staff, right out of Ephrata, Pennsylvania, out front, Mr. Harold Martin to my left, Mr. Wilmer Martin out of Ephrata, Pennsylvania, and Mr. Noah Shirk out of Ephrata as well. So make sure we can see your bids. Feel free to bid early, bid often. If you're at all interested, we want to accommodate you the very best we can. And if we can see you bid, and we do our best to not miss anyone. So if we miss you, make sure that we do see you. So with that, I think we're ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, you got a beautiful property right outside Intercourse, Pennsylvania, right here in Lancaster County. Suggested starting bid of $250,000, and we'll take it from there. $250, $275, and now $275, $275, $300, and now $300,000, and now $333, $333, $300,000, and now $275 with Harold asking $300, and now $300, now $25, $25, $50, $350,000, and now $375, $375, $400, and now $400,000, $425, $50, and now $450,000, $475, $75, and now $500,000, $500,000, and now $500,000, $475, $500. I'm with Harold all the way. Wilmer, you're out. $475 asking $500,000, and now $500, and now $475, $500,000, and now $500, and now $475 asking $500,000, and now $500, 500, and now 475, $500,000, 500, and now 475. Anybody else before the intermission? 475,000 is bid. I'm with Harold Martin, right side asking 500,000. Wilmer, you're out on the left. 500, and now 475, five, and now 475, 500, and now 500,000, 500, and now 475, 500, and now 500,000, 500, and now 555, and now 475, 500,000, 500, and now thank you 525, and now 525, 50, and now 550,000. Wilmer, you're out again. 550,000, and now 525, 50, and now 550,000, 525, 25, 50, and now 550,000, 25, 50, and now 525,000. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to beg you long. If you want in before the intermission, now is your time. 525,000. We're asking 550, and now 525, 25, 50, $550,000, and now 525, 50,000, and now 525, 50,000, and I have. We're going to hold that bid, $525,000. This time, we're going to take an intermission. We're going to meet with our sellers. If you give us 3 minutes, 5 minutes, something like that, I always say now is a great, great time to contact your banker, your dad, your nephew, whoever you can get money from. Make a couple of phone calls if you need to. We're going to try to be back out here in a timely manner. And we will not take any more intermissions or breaks. The next round is going to be the final round. So if you're here and you're interested in this property, it is critically important you get into this final round. So if you bear with us, we'll be back out 3 minutes to 5 minutes, and we will be on the final round. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. We did talk to our sellers. So at this time, the reserve is not lifted. They're looking for a little bit more money out of this. I think they're fair and reasonable with their expectations, but they're looking for a little bit more. So again, we typically do not beg long. If you want in, now is your time. If the reserve is met in this final round, we'll announce that the reserve is met and it'll be sold to the highest bidder. If the reserve is not met, then we'll withdraw it from the auction. We'll talk to our top bidder and we'll try to put a deal together. So one of those two things, but there are no more intermissions or breaks. I want to be super clear. So this is the final round. And again, you've got just a beautiful, beautiful property. Wilmer, you want to add anything to it before we get into the final round?
Well, it's the greatest location and it's a great township, and the house is in move-in condition. It's got a beautiful barn with an excellent upstairs. It has the pavilion. Sunrise you can see to the east, sunset you can see to the west. You don't get to see that every day. Here you can. Blacktop driveway, country setting. What amazing opportunity.
You bet. Ladies and gentlemen, look in. I got 525,000. I'm with Harold Martin all the way, asking 550. And now 525, at a bit to get 25, at a bit to get 50. Now 550,000. And now 575, 575, at a bit to get 600,000. And now 600,000, at a bit to get body, at a bit to get 600,000. And now 625, 5, at a bit to get 625, 50. And now 650,000, at a bit to get 650,000. And now that straight away, 650,000. Wilmer's that for us, 650,000. And now 675, and now 675, now 700, and now 700. Thank you. Now 25, out of it, 725, 50, and now 750,000, out of it, body, out of it, 750, and now 725, out of it, 25, out of it, 50, and now 725, asking 750,000, and now 725, out of it, 25, out of it, 50, and now did you get it over here? 750, now 75, and now 775, out of it, 775, 800,000, and now 800,000, out of it, body, out of it, 800,000, and now 800,000, out of it, body, out of it, 800,000, and now 825. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an absolute auction. It's going to be sold to the highest bidder. 825 is bid, asking 850, and now 850,000, and now 825, 825, 50, and now 850,000. I'm with Harold Martin all the way. Noah, you're out. 825 is bid, asking 850, and now 850,000, and now 825, 850,000, and now 850,000. Ladies and gentlemen, this one's going to go to the highest bidder. So if you're here today and you want to buy this property, now is the time. Now is the time. You must get in if you're interested and you want to buy it. We want to make sure and be fair with everyone. We don't want to beg you all day. We just want to make sure you're all done and all through. And when you say you are, we'll be as well. But we just want to make sure that you don't walk away from here and you wake up tomorrow morning and you're saying, man, I could have, I should have, but I didn't. So not every day they come along in this great of a location, in this great of a condition, and it's just an outstanding opportunity. 825, Harold, I'm with you. Is that right? 825, 50, and now 850,000. 825, 825, 835, help him. And now 835, 5, 835, 5, and now 825,000 is bid. I'm asking 835, and now 825, 825, 835, and now 835,000, 825, 835, 5, 835, and now I tell you what I'll do. I'll do 830,000 before we go. The bid's at 825,000. I'm asking 830, and now 830,000, 830, and now 830,000, 830. Carter, you all right? 830,000, and now 825, 825, 830, and now 830, 30, 30, 830,000, and now 825, 830. Thank you. Now 5, and now 835, 5, 840, and now 840, 40, 40, 40, 40, 840, and now 835. I'll do 837. We really appreciate him. He's been with us a long time. 837, and now 835. 835,000. He's bid with Harold. I'm asking 837. Thank you. And now 840,000, and now 842, 842, and now 842. You're out again. 842, and now 842, and now 840,000. Asking 842, and now 842, and now $842,000. Harold, what do you think at 840, 842?
And it's a one owner. It's a one owner. It has been in the Esch family ever since 2008, so it's not like it's been passed around many times. This is your one and only opportunity up to this point. They have loved this property, but time brings changes, and they're allowing you to have part of that change.
840 is bid, asking 842, and now 842, 2, 2, not a bit of 2, not a bit of 2, and now 842, 2, 2, not a bit of 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 2, 2, 2, and now 842,000 $, and now 842 is everybody done it, everybody through, 840,000 bid, 842, and now 842, 2, 2, not a bit of 2, not a bit of 2, 2, 2, not a bit of 2, not a bit of 2, and now 842,000 $, 842, and now 842, 2, 2, not a bit of 2, not a bit of 2, now 842,000, and now 842, and now 5, and now 845, and now 7, and now 847, 7, 7, not a bit of 847, and now 847,000, and now 847,000 $, and now 845, 5, 5, not a bit of 847, 7, 7, not a bit of 47, and now 845, 847,000 $, and now 847. Is he still thinking it over? I think he is. 847, and now that's quite all right. 847, 7, 7, not a bit of 845, 847, and now 847,000 $, 845, not a bit of 847, and now 847 is everybody done it, everybody through, and now 845, 847, 7, 7, not a bit of 847, and now 845,000. You know, Wilmer, the other thing I think of is even if you can find a lot in this township, in this location, along this road, then you look at your building expenses, and anymore you get hundreds of thousands of dollars in building just something extremely basic. So if you look even at the value that's here to rebuild what's here, if you were to buy this lot and put what's on it, and you're not looking at an old house and an old shop, these are less than 20 years old. One owner, as Wilmer mentioned, the late Leroy Ash and Verna Ash, they had moved in and they built what they wanted. And to me, it's ideal for a retired couple, or if you want to raise a family here, you just got good opportunity both ways. Yep, 845 is bid, asking 847, and now 845, 847, and now 847,000, and now 845, 847, 77, 847, and now 845,000. If he's all done, we got to be as well. 845, asking 847, and now 847,000, and now 845, 847, 77, 847, and now 845,000. 847, 847. 845, 847, and now 847,000. 847, and now 845,000. Is everybody done? Is everybody through? 845, 847, and now 847. You know, one of the biggest positives of this property too is the fact that Laycock Sports just opened up next door. I mean, you want to talk about spending money? You're within walking distance, and Wayne will take good care of you. Waylon will take good care of you over there. And the other thing is, too, if there's anything more than I like than eating good food, it's eating more good food. And I mean, down in Intercourse, you got all kinds of options. So if you're out of the area, you talk about a good location for sporting goods and food. There you go, 845, 847, 845, 847, and now 847,000, 845, now is he all done, all through, 845, 847, and now 847,000, 845, 847. Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make 3 more rounds. If the bid is not advanced, we're going to sell this property to the highest bidder. Just to confirm, Harold Martin's man is in, right-hand side. Round number 1, my left to right. 845,000 is bid. I'm asking 847. 845, 847,000. 845, 847, and now 847,000. And now 845, 847, 847,000. Round number 2. 845,000 bid, asking 847, 845, 847, and now 847,000, 845, 847, and now 845, 845, now 847. Ladies and gentlemen, third and final round, unless this bid gets advanced. Third and final round, unless this bid gets advanced. 845,000 is bid, right side with Harold. 845, asking 847, and now 847,000. Now 845, 847, and now 847,000. 845, 847,000, and now 845, 847, $847,000, and sold the property. $845,000. $845,000. Congratulations to our top bidder. Thank you so much to all of our backup bidders. We greatly appreciate your participation here tonight as well. And on behalf of Beiler-Campbell Auction Services, thank you so much to Verna Esch for the opportunity. Thank you to Wayne for his help, his family, everybody that participated. They were wonderful to work for, and so we greatly appreciate it. If you need help selling or buying, there's nobody better on our staff than Wilmer Martin, Harold Martin. You got Noah Shirk over there. You can reach out to any of those guys. They're always happy to assist in buying or selling. And we do have upcoming auctions. If you did not buy here tonight, we have more upcoming auctions. Watch the Busy Beaver Lancaster Farming online. We try to do a good job in marketing, and we're always happy to see you at future auctions. So again, on behalf of Beiler-Campbell Auction Services, thank you so much for attending tonight. Everybody have a safe and a blessed rest of your week. Oh, yeah. Noah reminded me there is still some donuts, some refreshments. Please, please come wipe them up. Free donuts and free refreshments. So take them home and enjoy them tonight.